Welcome back, Organisms for Science Plus participants. This demo is going to show how to introduce classification of animals. So this would be a springboard activity. You're going to be spending quite a lot of time talking about classification of animals for both vertebrates and invertebrates in your classroom. But this would be something maybe you could start off with in that unit. In your AIMS resources, you're going to have Carl Linnaeus' book, so it is important to talk about him starting to classify animals even back as early as the 1700s. You don't have to get into every specific and scientific word of genus and species, but a lot of kids are going to be interested in that anyway, so there's nothing wrong with introducing that early. You're also, one of the things you're getting in your packets are these plastic animals. You're getting 5, I believe, tubes of animals from all different habitats. And you just simply want to spread these out. I like to use trays for everything for our table groups. Our students are in tables. And the most important thing is that when they can work together, the most important thing is that you don't want to really set up any parameters before this activity. You don't want to tell students you're going to sort your animals by this, this, and this. You don't want to tell them you have to divide them into exactly 4 groups or exactly 3 groups. The idea of the open sort is to let them come up with their own way to classify the animals. So I'm going to dump out some of these here. And you've got enough to give every group that's working together quite a few animals. So students are going to put these out and they're going to play with them at first. In my classroom, if it looks like it's fun and they're going to play with them, I always just go ahead and set a 1-minute timer and let them go to town. Let them play with the animals and stalk the leopard or whatever. If you do that up front, they're not going to want to play with them as much when the actual lesson begins. So after a moment of playing with the animal kingdom, go ahead and have them work on making groups, sorting these animals into categories. Some of the ideas they're going to come up with can be as simple as sorting them by color. And there's nothing wrong with that because the physical attributes of the animals are important, especially when you talk about adaptations, physical traits later, colors, camouflage. After they sort them by color, you might want to encourage and push them to go a little farther. Maybe they will sort them by, the way they get around, transport. Do they fly? Do they swim? Do they walk? You're going to have other groups that maybe already have knowledge of vertebrates and invertebrates and will start to try to sort them that way. And that's fantastic. Maybe they'll sort them by habitats. They have prior knowledge of habitats. What they eat, their sizes. This is also a great way to differentiate because you're going to have students maybe with language barriers or who need extra help where you can maybe give them some, not specific, strict guidelines, but you can certainly encourage how to divide those up. One of the other things I wanted to mention is that you're getting a lot of valuable resources for Google Classroom and the things that Grace and I are sending you to. So to go along with this activity, there's also a really great World of Vertebrates Google Slides presentation and an animal classification presentation as well. So if you're not able to be in your building at some point during the school year, you've got resources ready for e-learning too.